Hi guys, it's Desi with Mystical Smiles Face Painting, Glory Days Grill's favorite face painter, and my friend Kiera. That's our favorite model, right? So we're going to learn how to do a dragon. I know I have done a dragon on the side cheek, but now your mom and dads are going to learn how to do a dragon above here so you can still wear your mask. Now, again, if I was going to be doing a party, I would be wearing my mask and I would have this shield on as well, because we do have to practice the social distancing. So anything I'm teaching you guys is really only to be done with the people you are quarantining with. If you are going to do this and not quarantine, guess what? Person painting has to have one of these and a mask, and your guests have to have a mask as well. We have to be really careful what we do. So we are going to do, I'm going to have her take this off because she has basically been quarantining with me. And I have two paint palettes here. This one is from Diamond FX, and this one is for Fusion. This is what we call a one stroke, and I'll explain that to you in a bit. But basically, these are hand cut and laid for us to give us more than one color. So in the old days, we would have to take one brush and do one color and take another brush and do another color, and that does not work when you are working at shopping center or any kind of big event where you have 400 kids in line and you gotta like get them out, right? So, but for this purpose, we're gonna take it nice and slow, and this way mom and dad can learn how to do it for you. And so we're gonna start with this. So for a dragon inspired design to wear with the mask, I'm gonna get a, see that? A sponge like this. Sorry, that little hair there. You're going to take your paint palette, spray bottle with water. You're going to mist it. Now, you're not really going to soak it. You're just going to mist it. You're going to take this and don't like apply pressure of Iron Man on there. We don't need that. It just has to be a light pressure. I actually have to be careful because I've got black all over my thumb right now. So the trick with these is you always have to be careful that when you go to reapply your sponge, you're putting it back in the same direction that you went last time. If you accidentally reverse it, it's going to be a red hot mess. All right, so little fuzzies on the sponge. So here's your color. You're going to come up here. You're going to start in the center, but this part of your dragon is going to be lower than this part. Now you're going to come over here. You're going to have your person close their eyes, right? That's essential. And you can squeeze this too if you need to. But still, make sure you keep your sponge with the same direction, the same colors. Now you reverse it, and you can go down like this. This is going to be a real simple design because, again, we're doing this with the mask. So you got to get used to mom and dad turning this around and watching what color you're actually pressing so that you don't get the black on the green and so forth. There's a little spot here we missed. Okay. So we're going to let that dry a bit. Remember I said I always have baby wipes on hand. This is my magic eraser. It gets it off of my hands so that I don't spread it onto other parts of you and ruin your design. Stick your finger in here. And then you can clean it up a little bit. If you hear any weird sounds, it's my dog, Thor. Thor likes to lick everything. It's a good thing I don't have wallpaper. He probably licked that till it came off the walls. Thor, Okay, now, pretty much you're halfway done. That's how easy this thing is. So now you're going to take white and you're going to take, well, a brush that's not, this might confuse you, not too big, not too small. Almost sounds like Goldilocks, doesn't it? Just right. You're going to swirl it. You dip this part of this in water. Swirl, swirl, back and forth, back and forth. Now you have your white, okay? The one I use to line is also Diamond FX white. You, right up here in the center of the eye, are going to do like a little, looks almost like a U, right? And you're going to come over here and make another U, right? From this U slightly inwards, it looks almost like it's going to be a C. Right? And then you can do a little curve like that. You are starting to do your horns on top. Then you want to fill it out a little bit, but not too much because it's got to look like a horn, right? Got 2 horns up there. Now, normally for kids' parties, if we had to do a quick dragon, we would do this, and we would put like, make it a little spiky here and put a couple of horns here and a couple of horns here. But guess what? With the mask, we can't do that. So we just need a simple 2 horns here. You could put another horn here and another horn here if you'd like. Or you can take a brush and with a 1 stroke, this is actually brand new, so it's a little harder to open. And this one's made by Fusion. You dip a little bit of this in the water, not a whole lot. You don't want to make these paints so sopping wet that the paint is dripping. Just enough to wet the edge, and you are going to what we call load. Go back and forth. Again, always put the brush in the same direction of the paints that you have. Don't flip it around because you're going to end up with your green and the purple, and you're going to end up with a mess, right? So with this, we could sort of create up here at an angle, kind of like this point that a dragon would have, right? And then you could take it up like this and give it almost like it's got a multicolor eyebrow there, right? And then you could maybe do like little spiky spikes like this. See? Now, the other thing that you could do with a dragon if you wanted to was take this same color and do the eyes over it, like right here, like. Or the other thing that you could do, which is fun, I'm going to show you a little trick here. Go into your yellow, which is on that same palette. Go back and forth on the yellow. We're just using yellow here. And we're going to go right over the eyeball like this. And we're going to lighten the eye. We can even make a little like point here like a cat. Thor, can you keep it down a little bit, honey? Now, animals often have that little point there at the end. We can do that too. See how I'm doing this little point? Okay. You're going to let that dry. Then you're going to sneak on over and get your number 4 brush. When you buy these brushes in the store, Mom and Dad, you want to take the brush and make sure that it's soft, like do it on your own face or your arm. You don't want to get a brush that is itchy or hard or anything like that. All right, so right here you're going to take this, and don't jab your kids in the eye. you're going to think of if you ever had a pet kitten or a cat, you know, they have the sort of diamond in their eye. So it's a very thin line here, and then it presses down, and then you sort of lift up, right? Very thin line here, and then you press it down and lightly lift up. Keep your eyes closed, Kiera. So with the older kids, you can do this because they can maintain their eyes closed longer in time for that to dry. But with the younger kids, you can't. So you can either leave it like that, or you can take this up. Right? Or you can go a little further and actually make it look like a pupil. Now I'm just showing you different things you can try. Some people are they get so anxious if you do anything near their eyes. They start, like, you don't even touch them yet and they're already doing this. And then some people, it's not that they're scared or anything, but they have, their body has a reflex action, where their eyes will immediately start to water. And if that happens, just abandon ship, because once they start watering and it's almost like a crying, it will wash the face paint right off. So you've kind of done this for nothing. So darken that up a little more. So now, again, we have a mask, so we don't have to decorate down at the bottom. And all I'm doing is making this look a little finished. That's all I'm doing. So really, pretty much, that's your dragon. But what we're going to do is, you can't abandon these horns. So let me show you a trick. You're going to outline this. Right? Now, these horns have to look like they're actually coming out of something. So bend your head down a little bit. Right here, you're going to do kind of like a half circle. And then you're going to do another little line underneath like this. So it looks like it's coming out of something. See? Looks like it's coming out of there. And then right here, you can do a little curve. Whoa. And then if you wanted, I'm such a type A personality that I will keep tweaking this. It's like I'm never going to be satisfied, but you can make this pointy. Now, if you want to go further and you want to add dimension, these are powdered paints. It's the brand is called Star Blend, and you know, all my paints I either get out of Silly Farms face painting supplies in Florida, or I get them from my friend Tal, who is in Richmond and runs the Party Art Factory. It's called Art Factory, and it's also a party place. Well, although they're probably not holding too many events now because of COVID, but they do carry a lot of face painting supplies. So you're going to get that yellow, because yellow is going to make a nice contrast with this. And I have in my possession what we call BAM stencils. And I use these a lot when I'm doing kids because they're reusable, they're plastic. I just wipe them down, keep going. And I have all kinds of patterns. And so for this guy, I'm going to pick these scales, and I'm going to take this, it's like actually material, this little bolt brush, it's called a blender, and basically it's just like a giant eyeshadow, pretty much. Got it on there. You place this in whatever direction that you want for this, for these scales to go. And now look, can you move forward? Okay, right there. You can see she's got this. We're gonna go here and turn you this way. I'm gonna step out for a sec just to make sure that you can actually see that. Stay right where you're at. I'm gonna zoom in. See what that's done? That's given you a little dimension. Now I'm gonna zoom out again. And you can, if you like, play with this. Do some on the sides if you want. If not, you don't have to. I just don't feel that you want to take them down too much because of the mask. And you can even play with this part if you want to make it a point. You know, because dragons have points. And believe me, you know, our full-face dragons are a lot more detailed oriented, and we can usually shape them more. But again, that's because we can do the whole face. We have more space to work with. But with COVID, we have had to get a little more inventive. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh. And of course, I'm just going to tell you how it is. I'm a glitter queen, okay? And you know, the guys may not want to do this, but these are called American Glitter Cream, and it's glitter with a kind of a wax base, but they spread on your fingers just like cream. And the idea is that you can control where this glitter goes and put it where you want. I'm just a glitter person. So, now Kiera, you can open your eyes. So see if so again, you have the option to paint the eyelids or not. If it's an older kid or person, you can paint the eyelids. If it's a younger one, maybe you wouldn't want to do it because kids tend to rub their eyes and they run around and sweat. And then if they rub their eyes and sweat, they can get the paint in their eyes. Oh, good thing to remember, whenever you want to remove any face painting, I don't care if you're a child or an adult, do not wash it off. What was that? Do not wash it off because it smears, it gets all over, it's like instant oatmeal. And then with the real little ones, they don't know how to close their eyes to begin with. They'll get glitter in their eyes, they'll get paint residue in their eyes. So you take a baby wipe and you act like you're taking makeup off. You remove all of that first, then you wash. Never leave the kids to themselves, especially if you've done a Spider-Man, then your bedroom or your bathroom is going to look like a Kill Bill episode. You don't want to do that. Neighbors might call the police. There's been a murder in there. So I'm going to show you. We're going to put this on her face. Oops. I don't want to hurt your little ear. And there you go. You have yourself a dragon design that can be for a boy or a girl, depending on what color. We've had pink and purple dragons. We've had dragons of all colors. And if they're female, you can give them blue eyeshadow, you know, maybe give them a little heart up here. You know, the sky's the limit. So again, this is our dragon design for the days of COVID. That is the current reality. So guys, have fun. The next tutorial, sorry, it's getting late. I'll put up, we're going to do a full face dragon. And we're going to utilize this and this. I'm going to show you the two combined together. It'll be full face and it's just going to be amazing. So thank you guys. Have fun while you're home with mom and dad. And I really hope when this eventually all blows over, we'll see you back at Glory Days Grill. Bye.